Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here to do the monthly forecast for the sign of Gemini for the month of October 2018. This is a general reading for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. I hope that you enjoyed your September monthly forecast. And I really appreciate all your comments, likes, and for subscribing. That really makes my day and makes it worth it. So thank you for that. Going to be doing a 5-card spread today. We're looking at issues of self-improvement. So again, it's a general reading, so whatever you apply this to, if you keep in mind that there are layers of yourself or elements of yourself to improve, this is what I hope the reading will help you with, and of course that it's healing for you as well. So what are messages for Gemini for October 2018? General messages. Wow. Your truth is important this month. Finding your truth. Gemini, October 2018. Messages for Gemini, Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. Messages for Gemini, October 2018. There we go. As always, I'll be getting jumper cards from each of the 4 oracle decks here following your reading. Bottom of the deck energy for the month for you is this gorgeous Page of Fire. Look at this. So this is also known as the Page of Wands. This is a real go-getter attitude, a real go-getter influence. You could have this energy this month, or you could be surrounded by it or really need it this month. In terms of the question around improvement for the month of October, this could be your golden key, your golden ticket here, which is to begin something, okay? You really want to take action here. There could be some flirtation with an idea or a person. A lot of really passionate energy is enclosed in the Page of Wands. There could be messages coming in as well for you. Messages, exciting messages, something with a lot of soul, with a lot of, a great deal of anticipation is behind this. So I think something really exciting is around the bend for you in October, Gemini. Let's get your 5 cards out. As always, I'll do a little snapshot of what all these cards look like together, and then we'll look at them in their respective positions. Look at this, more fire. Move that slightly closer. Here we go. So we have a little bit of conflict, a mystery, the mastery of passion, very possibly a great deal of popularity this month, a great deal of finding your passion, exhibiting your passion. You could be meeting with or dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. We are coming up to, actually today, the day of the reading, reading in the Aries full moon. So you could really feel that energy in October, and you really could start putting plans that maybe you'd been trying to decide what to go about doing, or you'd been arguing with yourself or someone else about. There could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in the month of October that figures prominently, or that could be your energy if you're a Gemini, say with a Capricorn moon. This could be energy that you need to call upon this month for you as well. Really exciting stuff here for you. I think this is, we're dealing with a lot of fire here. So more than likely what we're looking at, and I mean this really cements the deal here, this Page of Wands, is something has to be put into action here for you to come to terms with making a dream grow, bringing something to life here, something that is a real true passion for you, something that is inspiring, Gemini. Like this is, it stems from, or its base is passion, and it's almost like you were arguing with yourself or someone else about it, or in some sort of conflict about it, or there could have been competition here as well if this was, an application for really anything, a first date to a job interview, okay? It was almost like you really put in the effort here, or you're being asked to really put in the effort here in terms of improvement. It could be, again, it could be the golden ticket, or the secret key here is if action is taken and you move forward with a passionate plan here, it's like the rewards, your outcome is this really beautifully sort of well-to-do, down-to-earth energy here. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, a little bit of conflict here, not always a bad thing. What are you doing well already? Yeah, I mean, you're competitive, okay? There could be some sparring, verbal sparring, but very likely this is activity. Maybe you're tripping yourself up. This could be very well you getting in your own way. We're all guilty of this, Gemini. But what do you already do well? You kind of bounce all over the place. It could be difficult for you to, or you find it unreasonable even to come to a solid decision on something. It's curious here that you have this really solid energy as your outcome, or really what you're asked to do as advice here. So it could be like the passion, it just occurred to me that the passion, maybe this is already in flux, this is already in flow, you've already got all this, and it's like, now you need to temper it, okay? And we do have a little bit of mystery here, so we'll get into that card in just a second, your major arcana there. But yeah, what do you already do well? You're competitive. You already know how to do that. You already know how to play the game. You know how to speak the language. You know how many times you need to do something, how to impress somebody. I think that this could get tiring. Okay, so around an issue of self-improvement here, if this is something you've been working on for quite some time, I think you might be tired of that. I think you might be ready to put something that you do find exciting or passionate or even spiritual. This could very well be a spiritual awakening or a spiritual journey for you, and you're almost like, maybe you were up against someone else, you were sort of butting heads here, you weren't seeing eye to eye. Could very well be a partner, but or either business or romantic. Maybe someone just didn't see things the way that you needed them to, or it was difficult to get something across here in terms of understanding. But I think what you're being told here is to maybe let that go, like let the conflict remain a mystery for its own sake. Okay, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to have all the answers right now. Maybe the point in the process now is to follow your instincts, to follow your heart, follow this passion of yours. You don't have to convince anyone of anything. And that might be a relief right now for you, Gemini. Interestingly enough, we do have what you need to work on. And here it is, the Empress, a mystery. Maybe it was oversharing. Maybe there was this element of, again, a partnership of any kind, a competition. Basically, you and at least one other individual or agency or entity here. Again, this could be something that's internal to you. If this is, a private or personal spiritual matter for you, it was almost like this internal conflict here. Being authentic versus fitting in, stuff like that. In terms of needing to work on is the mystery. This could be very exciting for you. Not having all the answers could feel like its own kind of death for an air sign. I mean, I have an air moon, for example. We're kind of obsessed with having the answers, getting the facts. We want the evidence, give us the numbers. That's how we operate, right? But in terms of, following through with self-improvement here, you're being asked to get your hands dirty here. You want to look at where you're already wealthy. You're also being asked to slow down, okay? We have this very rushing, fiery energy here, a bit, the wounded soldier here, and then it could be to your advantage this month, Gemini, for you to take a big breather and slow down and appreciate and really recognize what kind of roots you have. Perhaps that's part of it. You don't understand fully or can't appreciate right now where your roots are. Or you've been avoiding it for, again, whatever reason here. It's almost like you've been busy, you've been going, you've been competitive, right? But this month, in terms of, your own self-improvement, again, whether that's personal or business, slow down a little bit, center around elements of appreciation. You might even want to begin a garden or something around gardening, planting seeds, developing from the bottom up, okay? The beautiful thing about the mystery here is instinct, okay? It's instinct, it's intuition. It's not knowing, it's not seeing the entire staircase. It's taking those step by step, full well knowing that the next step's going to be there. There could be a little bit of faith involved here, faith in yourself, faith in your own abilities, faith in your passion. But again, mystery. We do have a 3. Of course, the Empress Major Arcana is a 3. We could have some sexuality. I mean, if this is full bore sexual development concern for you in the month of October, Gemini, I would say that we're gonna play on the earthy aspect of your sexuality. Okay, maybe it isn't about speed and performance. Okay, maybe it's about going slow, getting to really understand what makes up that partner. Like, who is that person? Who are you when you are with that person? This is a really earthy, this is a very fiery sexuality, if that's the case for you. It's also a really nice spirituality. Again, as a general reading, you decide how to apply that. Spirituality, or a really nice understanding. It's also, I consider the King and the King of Wands to be a very sort of like a spectacular energy. They're the celebrity energy here. So I'm just going to back up for a second around the romantic or the sexual issue. If there is a performative theme with your partner or with your sexual liaisons, I think in order for you to enjoy yourself more, or for your partners to enjoy themselves more, what you're being asked here to do is to slow down. Maybe instead of, performative or trying to impress somebody or saying the right things, maybe it's about watching and touching and caressing and, really being in the moment, essentially slowing down. And again, that might sound like the death knell to a Gemini. Like, I get it. But with regard to self-improvement, I think this is going to, and it sounds counterintuitive, I think that's going to set your soul on fire, believe it or not. I think if you slow down a little bit, it's almost like you've already got this going on. Like, you already know what to say, you already know what to do, okay? But there's something deeper here. There's something a lot more mysterious here, okay? And it will reward you in ways that you can't or may not be able to appreciate right now. Whether it's with your current partner or partners, or whether it's in a current job situation or educational environment, etc., or future. I just think this is a really wise thing for you to do, is to, you have some, even the colors are similar, if you can see clearly here. These are incredibly powerful women, okay? Incredibly powerful female energies here. There could be a strong Taurian energy as well. Gemini, if you do have Taurus rising or moon, for example, or you're cross-watching and you're a Taurus with a Gemini, this could be your energy. It's something for you to develop and work within. If not, you will be dealing with a fire sign and an earth sign here, but incredibly potent, feminine. Again, it doesn't have to be sexual. This could be procreative energy. This is a really fertile card as well. The Empress, in many in much of the iconography is pregnant. So there could be something coming to the fore, something being brought to life here. There could be a gestational period here, but I would say a lot of, if not sexual, sensual energy here for you. Just gorgeous in the month of October for you. Look at this gorgeous King of Wands and the external resources. This is where I think that this is something that's going to be brought into your environment. You might be influenced by this. You may need to act like this if you're not dealing with a fire sign, or you don't have fire in your own chart, for example. This is energy that you're being asked to pay attention to around you. There's a lot of, potent, spiritually advanced, okay? You can see his huge heart, the crown, the sun rays, right? This is the light of your life. This is something or someone who is the light of your life. And because it's external, it is coming from without, from the outside, coming from within. It is curious to see the internal. Here's this wounded soldier. I think you might just be, I think you recognize that. I think you know this. That's, I guess I kind of say that every time. I'll put it this way. I don't think you're going to be too surprised by this. I think it's something that you are already aware, maybe subconsciously even, that you need to appreciate or wrap your head around or begin behaving. But whether this is sensual, sexual, or spiritual for you, this is the pinnacle of it, okay? This is the huge heart, the sunshine spirit. Very, very potent energy. I also consider, I wouldn't say it's got the energy of the sun card. The sun is a very, all the major arcana are unique in their own energies, but I would say, it's similar in energy to that. There could very well be the birth or the adoption or the introduction of you to a fire sign, very probably a Leo. We're looking at Leonian energy here. So if that's not the case, maybe look up what, Leos are known for. Leos are performance artists, right? Leos are public speakers. They're the actor. They are the celebrity. So a lot of celebrity, a lot of passion, public speaking, leadership, leadership qualities here. So if this is the case for you, maybe you'll be publicly awarded with something. That could very well be the situation here as well. That may come as a surprise to you. I think, especially if you'd entered a contest or something like that, it could come as a surprise to you. The curious part about this is your internal approach. Now, this is, the Nine of Wands is the wounded soldier, but it's also very protected. Very protective. You've been through a lot, right? You understand a lot. You've gone from the 5 to the 9 here. You've done a lot of, what's it called? Defensiveness. There's, this is the 7, of course, is the defense card of Wands. The 9 is like, now I'm going to protect what I've defended. And it's a lot of energy. So yeah, when they say the wounded soldier for this, it's like, you can almost feel like, I need for this to end soon. I don't want to carry this load anymore, So you'll notice you don't have any swords here, so nothing's really occurring negatively or otherwise in the mind. There's so much actionable energy here. This is something that's going to be, that's how it's going to play out. It's going to play out in action in the real world. So maybe if someone's able to take some load off your back here, or you're able to share some of yourself, maybe this could be part of it as well. Going deep, being able to open up, trusting that intuition about yourself. It could be about, maybe it's time to share, okay? Not that you need to share drama or share any heaviness or hardness, but sometimes if you can open up about what your battles have been, or your worries or your conflicts have been, you can minimize the weight of that. Sometimes it just feels good to get something off your chest and let someone else introduce a solution for you. I know that might be very, very hard for you, because I think that you're always, there's this sense here that you're always in charge, right? I mean, this is a leader, okay? So it could even be the way you are used to being around other people. If this is you and people are treating you this way, maybe they don't know the whole story, and there's something deeper within. There's something here in your overall advice. This is such a beautiful card, very similar, as I said, to the Empress here. So there's a deep knowing here. The Queen of Pentacles is, the gardener. This is also having to do with extraordinary wealth, monetary wealth, assets, investments. You could have worked very, very hard, or you're being asked to, as an advice here, to maybe do some investing, to slow down, look at some of your investments. Maybe it was just a big party for the longest time, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to settle down here. How do I do that? How do I put that into motion? Well, you're already starting on solid ground. I think it would behoove you, for example, to start with yourself, to recognize or to introduce or invite sensuality, okay, as opposed to sexuality. A little bit of a different concept. It's curious here that we don't have any cups. It'll be neat to see what comes out of the oracle decks here, but I just see a lot of a very exciting energy, very fast moving energy, go, go, go. People expect certain things from you. You are used to behaving and acting and reacting in very specific ways here, and you're being asked to switch it up. The beautiful Empress. Something coming to fruition here for you. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Imagine. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I think this is really nice in terms of possibilities, okay? It's almost like you've been going full bore for so long that you need to daydream again. You need to think about where these energies are really leading you, where all this activity is really leading you. Maybe you're over all that excitement, or maybe you're being asked in terms of self-improvement. Maybe it's like you've reached the pinnacle of all that activity. It's time to get sensual. Appreciate touch and caress and the growth period, okay? The gestation of anything. Whether it's a relationship or a literal pregnancy, or, as I said, an investment or assets here. It's curious seeing these two together as well. I know this is internal to you, so I think it will feel good for you to be able to tell. If you are dealing with an earth sign, maybe tell them what you think your challenges or battles are. And I think that they might be able to provide a solution for you. I normally don't say this, but even if you don't have any earth in your chart, Gemini, it might even behoove you to look at, I would say this is, Taurian energy. We do have the Empress as well. So maybe check out the Taurus reading, see if that's helpful for you as well. I know that my reading for Taurus has them overcoming something significant in the month of October. So check that out if that appeals to you. Intention, 100%. Yeah, I mean, where's all this energy going? And what is the end result? What do you really want to happen with all this? Maybe it's just almost showed up to you. Maybe you've just been sort of mindlessly going about something, habit, right? Again, it happens to the best of us. And it's almost like you're not getting the results that you wanted, or what you got back isn't fulfilling. So it's a really nice time perhaps to look at, going deep, intuition, instinct, slowing down, planting the seeds. This could even be harvest as well. Like, right? What did you get out of all this through your intentions? And then examine that. And then examine, is that what I really want? If it isn't, Use those intentions to your highest good in the near future. Don't take for granted, for example, that everyone around you has your best interests at heart, or everyone knows what you're thinking or doing. Some people need to be reminded what page you're on, or what track you're on, or what really appeals to you, or what your passion is. But setting intentions, especially if you want to achieve this beautiful sense of self-improvement here, setting intentions would be very, very wise for you. Maybe keep a little note nearby so you can remind yourself while you get out of old habits. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Again, you could very well be in a process of pregnancy. You could be expecting. Gemini, if that's the case, congratulations. I wish the best for you and baby. You could be adopting, could be welcoming a new animal into the home. Or you could know someone close to you who is pregnant or having a child. If that's not the case for you and it's a work or a love situation, these could be your children. You could be dreaming of a child. I do see, very much children on your mind, or procreation, or another way to frame this outside of romance, for example, is to say that there's a legacy involved. Very often children amount to, they are our living legacies, right? So, and I would say that the 10 of Pentacles, which is just 2 cards back from the Queen here, is a legacy. So there could be lots of issues in the month of October that, in terms of improvement, that you'll need to solidify around children or legacies or long-term investments. I would caution against overthinking. Even though I don't have any swords here, I would go to the heart of the issue. Don't rely on your thought processes around self-improvement or self-development this month. I think you're already aware that the only theme around the mind are, of course, our intentions and imagines. So be aware what you're thinking here. And set your intentions, and then just move in that direction. But don't worry about doing it quickly. I almost feel like, as the advice here, it's almost saying you've been going so fast for so long. Maybe just go a little bit slow. Here we have Justice. So this is a gorgeous card. We could be dealing with a Libra as well, or the scales of justice here. Sorry, the actual correct term for this guy is the Law. It is, I instinctively called it Justice because of the, it looks like there's 2 things here, and it's something to draw your attention to anyway. So there's a balancing act. There's a reflection here. What do you see reflected? This could be the external energy. Something or someone might come into your orbit in the month of October and really give you a taste of who you are. And it's going to be up to you during that month to say, yeah, I like this about myself, or I don't. So the Law is going to figure prominently here. Scales of justice. Again, as I said, you could be dealing with a Taurus or Libra. Venusian energy could be very important to you in the month of October. So self-improvement around the way you look, your appearance, your home, the way you decorate. Okay, so Venus, planet of love, beauty, creativity and expression. So there could be a legal issue here for you as well. A message for at least some of my viewers could be that this is a legal issue for you. If that's the case, apply all of the aforementioned terms here to a legal situation. I do see investments being a big theme for you, however, Gemini. So set your highest intentions, because if this is a spiritual matter for you, this is going to take you into you're going to be meeting with, or you're going to be surrounded by a type of energy that is going to allow you to expand your own spirituality here, which is really beautiful. But a lot of fast-moving energy. the advice is to take it a little bit slow, introduce the sensuality. You could very well be expecting here. I mean, we are going into Libra season soon, right? Following Virgo at the, well, I guess we're in Libra season now, because I'm reading on the full moon. So you could be dealing with a Libra. If this is about a child, you could be bearing a Libra child. I'm really curious about this. This is a little bit out there in terms of general readings. So if you have a second, comment below. Let me know how this worked out for you. I'm really curious to see what was going on with you, Gemini, in the month of October. I really hope that you enjoyed that and that it was helpful. And thank you as always for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you on the next video. Take excellent care until then. Bye for now.